Chairman, for that introduction. That the topic is successful innovation, and particularly key lessons from a range of programs that I've been involved with for sellers, selectors and adopters of renewable technologies. And the key point I'll be making is technological innovation needs to be matched by innovation in a range of other areas if we're actually going to get these technologies out into the marketplace. Now, the speed with which successive innovations are adopted by consumers has increased exponentially. And millions of people today can adopt something before less connected people are even aware of it. And given the pace of such changes and the offerings that are now available at affordable prices, you could say, why is innovation an issue? Because consumers with sufficient money can try new things that appeal when they become aware of them. However, many organizations, particularly larger ones and governments, move much more slowly. And even with an urgent challenge such as climate change, various factors can hinder progress. Available budgets may already be committed. Lengthy consultation and procurement processes may be involved. Vested interests may fight for the continuance of existing activities. There may be dependencies. A complementary infrastructure may first need to be put in place, such as charging points for electric vehicles. Contracts may need to be renegotiated or terminated. Approvals, regulations, or legislation may be required. An innovation may create the potential for various benefits, but whether or not they occur can depend upon factors such as understanding, demand, price, and the availability of alternatives. And many current approaches to selling, selecting, and adopting enabling renewable technologies are not helping, and we need to speed things up. Continuing innovation is reducing the cost of renewable technologies and increasing their performance. We now need to ensure that this greater potential is actually realized. And we don't need to transform every area of corporate operation to achieve this. We need to focus on critical success factors for certain key tasks and understand what top quartile superstars do differently in these areas. Because average performers can often be quickly helped to adopt the winning ways of high achievers. And returns on investment can be quicker and much higher than those from more general approaches. For 30 years, one of the things that I've done is to lead the Winning Companies, Winning People research program. And its origins lie in a visit I made to the London Business School library to shelter from the rain. A librarian recognized me as an alumnus and showed me a new search facility. Now, searching for a term like leadership revealed more literature than it was practical for anyone ever to read. However, when I started doing searches relating to growing a business, far fewer hits came up. The accessible literature on pricing, for example, was very limited. Much less was found on winning a competitive bid. So to address the balance, we actually set out to identify critical success factors for key corporate activities such as winning new business, competitive bidding, building key account or other customer relationships, purchasing, pricing, corporate learning, creating and exploiting know-how, change, knowledge, and talent management. And in total, over 2,000 companies, over 500 professional firms, and a wide range of public bodies have now been surveyed and participated in these various investigations. And we've produced over 20 reports covering sectors including engineering and engineering consultancy. And other evidence-based reports, such as my book, Winning Companies, Winning People, are concerned with quicker, more affordable, and less disruptive routes to high-performance organizations. Encouragingly, even the best companies, those in the top quartile of achievement, are only very effective at less than half of the identified critical success factors. And this means that the performance of every company that's ever participated in every survey could quickly transform their performance by putting additional critical success factors in place, and performance can increase with each additional one that's adopted. And the investigation has a number of key lessons for buyers and sellers of renewable energy and other enabling technologies. Now, the difference between the top quartile winners and the bottom quartile losers is stark. And many of the critical success factors concern understanding. For example, top quartile bidders were 6 times more likely to understand the cost of ownership impacts on buying decisions. They were 4 times more likely to understand the business environment within which customers operate, the value and benefits that they were seeking, and the factors they consider when buying. Whereas losers focused on selling, the winners were much more likely to focus on helping people to understand, select, and buy what was relevant for them. Not one of the bottom quartile losers in the investigation on building key account and strategic customer relationships appeared to be effective at any of the factors for locking in a customer. The pricing laggards were reactive, cut costs, standardized, and used discounts to buy business and ended up as commodity suppliers. The pricing leaders proactively differentiated. They tailored, they offered additional services, delivered more value, and they were massively more likely to become sought-after business partners. Now, there are many ways of differentiating that do not involve competing on price, including the forms of relationships that are offered. We found buyers who spent much of their budgets on procurement and sellers who spent heavily on selling, both engaged in win-lose haggling. But both buyers and sellers, when we asked them, actually wanted more collaborative relationships with trusted partners to achieve better solutions and share those wasted costs of buying and selling. The superstars in the top quartile of achievement were few in number. Only 4% of the participants in the study of competitive bidding won more than 3/4 of the bids they entered. The key to coping with variable performance and increasing productivity is to identify superstars in key work groups and capture and share what they do differently. And there are many affordable ways of doing this and making it much easier for people to do difficult jobs. Using simple checklists and operating theatres has reduced inpatient deaths by 40%. A team I co-founded and chaired developed simple support tools for leading IT and engineering companies concerned with putting innovation, technological innovations into the marketplace, and helping people to understand and excel at difficult tasks involved in doing this can be the key to the more rapid adoption of innovations and new technologies. The support we develop could be individualized and made available 24/7 when and wherever it was needed, including while people are on the move. It was simple, scalable, cost-effective, and simultaneously delivered benefits for people, organizations, and the planet. Support tools we developed won awards for innovation, including internationally, coinciding with a meeting of OECD ministers concerned with innovation and enterprise. Some renewable energy technologies cannot be easily acquired by individual consumers. And organizations and public bodies can be agonizingly slow to adopt what is obviously beneficial. In the 1980s, I experienced working AI environments at Xerox PARC that could have been used then in healthcare, and I've served on a wide range of sort of national and regional boards concerned with healthcare in the UK, and possible applications of AI many years later, still discussing things that they could have done in the 1980s. Now many of you in this room, are creating ever more affordable technologies that offer hope in tackling one of the greatest challenges that has ever faced life on this earth. But they will not be adopted just because these innovative technologies exist and can reduce carbon emissions. Producing the technological innovation is a first step, but you need to help people to understand, select, and acquire them. Be creative in offering ways in which people can finance acquisition and implementation. You may need help in packaging solutions. Partner with others who understand the context in which solutions may be sought. And technological innovation needs to be accompanied by complementary innovations, and particularly innovation in relationship between the sellers, the producers, the users, the communities, the Indian villages in which you want relevant applications of renewable technology to be adopted. So I hope I've been shown that there are affordable ways of helping people to understand and to adopt innovations and new technologies and to do the difficult jobs of actually getting them out into the marketplace. And you can do what I've been talking about with your existing organizational structures, your existing IT infrastructure, your existing people, and your existing corporate cultures. So go for it.